Hey y'all, welcome back to Moments with Miss Amy. I am so glad you joined me. So today I'm going to talk to you a little bit about creating a new clean heart. And so with that, what do I mean? Well, I've got a couple of stories to share with you, and I know that you are expecting stories. You're also expecting scripture, so, we're going to start with the scripture right off the bat because then we're going to implement that into the stories. So, the scripture is Psalm 51:10. Create in me a clean heart, O God, and renew a right spirit within me. Have you ever heard people say, you only got one shot? Just one. And that you can't change. So if you mess up, you screwed up. Like you're done. Y'all, that's not the case. Now, that doesn't mean to run out and do whatever you want to, wrong and bad. But it does mean that if you don't like the direction that you are headed, stop. Change. U-turns are allowed, okay? You don't have to keep going in a direction because you somehow fell into that direction. So the first story, I have a really good friend of mine who she used to go out and do different things, get together with friends, go to the store on her own, all those kinds of things. But then they moved during COVID, moved from where she was comfortable to a new area, to a complete shutdown with COVID, and all of a sudden being inside and only being on her games or on the computer or with just really close family, all of a sudden it created within her a sheltered heart, a heart that didn't feel confident to go out and do things. So for the rest of us, when some of the COVID restrictions lifted and we all started getting back out and around and doing things, we were so excited to do it. For her, it was terrifying. She chose not to. She still stayed in. She didn't want to take any chances. Well, we became friends during that time. And so she would feel comfortable if we came and visited or if she got together with us. But at first we didn't even go out anywhere. Then finally over time as a group, we went out somewhere. Just a little bit at a time. She began to make little changes in her life. She got together more frequently with us and with some other friends. And suddenly as those things began happening, she began changing her story. She began making a new life where now, today, she's literally out at a painting event where she said, I don't know anyone there, but I'm sure I'll meet people and I know I'm going to have fun. And I was so proud of her and so amazed. And I'm like, wow, like that is so true. Like when we begin to make positive changes in our life, we can completely change who we were. It's kind of like if you get a different haircut, kind of like if you do a different hair color, maybe start changing the clothes that you're wearing. Suddenly you begin to take on a persona that's a little bit different than the one that you had before. Maybe you've got a little bit more confidence in yourself. Maybe you feel a little bit more professional. Maybe you're feeling a little bit more outgoing because of little changes that you implemented. Now that can also go the same with choosing who you hang out with. That's something too. I know that for myself, that over the years, I tend to hang out with people that have a lot of the same interests as me and that are a lot of fun because we all do the same thing. But what if I started to get to know people that did other things? Then I would begin to learn other things. I'm meeting more and more people all the time. And what I'm doing now, as you guys know, of course, I'm a YouTuber, right? I mean, that's kind of a given right there. But I'm also creating an online business. All of a sudden, I'm meeting people from all different walks of life that are doing the same thing. And we have things that we can share. And suddenly, I'm becoming, instead of Miss Amy, who's the at-home caregiver and, everybody's favorite caregiver, I'm sure of that. and, an at-home mom and doing a little bit of Uber and Lyft. Now all of a sudden, I own my own business. I have my own company. I am dressing a little bit differently. I'm doing things a little bit different with the hair and the face and the nails. I'm learning how to do things differently on the computer. I'm learning how to present myself differently. And I'm learning that even though sometimes I get those little bits of doubt that wonder, can I really do this? Is this something that I really should be doing? And am I capable? When I remember that God is creating a new heart within me and a right spirit, and I remember that those little steps in the right direction cause me to learn, to grow, to be better in what I want to be. It's not that I wasn't good in the first place, guys. I'm not like beating on myself. At-home mom, that was what I wanted to do. It's what my husband and I wanted to do. Homeschooling my kids, y'all, I thrived on it. I absolutely loved it. But there were some things along the way that I never even realized that they taught me. Besides my kids, I mean, they taught me a lot. But the things that I did, the life that I lived, taught me how to be able to have a kind heart, to learn to listen, to pay attention, to catch on when something doesn't seem exactly right with someone, so that I can step in and offer some help, offer some insight. Learning with the kids, with the computer, taught me, okay, so I may not know exactly what I'm doing, but there's a YouTube video out there that can teach me how to do it. I learned that through the kids. I learned how to Google things and find out how to take that next step, what else to do. And I also learned the importance of the right environment around me. So I got involved with the right environment to help me to be able to continue to move and to grow and to change. And now the excitement that I feel about owning my own company and making a change for other people out there as well, and being able to share with them and helping watch them learn and grow and step out into their success character. It's just, I don't even know, y'all. I don't know how to describe it. It is incredible. And that's why I get so frustrated when I think about things like when they say, once you've gone down this road or that road, you can't change. Guys, that's baloney. Please don't intentionally go down a road that you're not sure that you're going to make it back out of, because you might not. You really might not. I know that sometimes we have to go through and experience things so that we can become the person that we're meant to be. But I also know sometimes that it's our choices of what we do that have us go through things that make life harder than what it should have been. But I do know if you're not happy in this moment, if you can't look in the mirror and say, girl, I'm proud of you, or guy, I'm proud of you, or carbon-based life form, I'm proud of you, whatever, human, you, right there, that person, in the mirror, I'm proud of you, I love you, you're doing good, you're working on this, you got this. If you can't do that, then it's time for a U-turn. It's time for a change. It's time for you to pull out that map and look to see where it is you want to go. It's time for you to get a piece of paper to write down what you see as your success character. What is it you want to see yourself as in time? Whether that time is 30 days down the road, 6 months down the road, a year down the road, whatever that you can actually look at and feel comfortable saying, okay, I'm going to start implementing these changes to get there. Now, some of my videos we've shared about affirmation statements. Some of my videos I've shared about believing. There's all kinds of things. Roll back through. But you know what? If you can't just figure it out that way and you're feeling stuck, y'all, in my about section is my email. Shoot me an email. Let me help you figure out how to get towards the direction that you want to be for the person that you want to be. You can change. God will create a new heart within you, a clean heart, a right spirit. You can Do the things that you want to do. You can have what you want to do. No matter what has happened to you in your life, no matter where you feel like you are right now, so stuck, it can change. And I'm going to tell you, and this is a hard one, but there's somebody out there that had it worse than you, that is doing better than you. And you can too. All that happened with them is they made that switch. And they changed their life. Many, many years ago, because y'all know, I'm not no spring chicken at the moment, right? But many years ago, I was in high school. While I was in high school, there was a young man. And this young man got bullied. And the bully, when they got off the bus, threw him down and jumped up and down on top of him. The bully weighed probably about, I don't know, the kid was skinny, probably at least 2 to 3 times more. The kid ended up in a wheelchair, paralyzed from his neck down. That's it. A young man in high school, that happens to him. It's done, right? This is what his life is going to look like. He might as well just sit back, collect disability, and just be done. You know what? He would get out there in that electric wheelchair. He went to college, y'all. And he would be in his electric wheelchair whizzing around and doing things and being out there to the point that his batteries would die and people would have to help him because he was not stopping. How he went on changed. But what he did with his life was not stopped because of his circumstances. Y'all, your circumstances do not have to define you. You can have the life that you want. You just might have to tweak some different things here and there. But I can tell you, you can't do it alone. You need to have positive people helping you, cheering you on, around you. You need to associate with people that are making positive choices. And for me personally, I need my Jesus to help me with this, to continually remind me that he's creating a new heart in me and a right spirit. And I can do this, and my story isn't over. Neither's yours. If you stop right now and take a really good look at where you're at and where you're going and start implementing positive changes to take you in the direction you want, guys, everything can change. Everything can change. Now, maybe right now you're somebody who's like, girl, you don't even know me. Like my life right now, my life is amazing. Oh, hey, good for you. And that's amazing. And I think that's so great. And I love the passion and excitement that you have for it. But I am going to throw in there, no matter how amazing my life has seemed at times, I know I can always do a little bit more. I can always push a little bit harder. I can always make little teeny tiny tweaks that end up taking me so much further towards a fabulous life. So I want to throw that out at you. If things are going amazing, all right, like, yes, this is so awesome and I'm so happy for you. But still, take a second to take a look, because you know what? It doesn't take much and we trip and end up not going quite as amazing. So we want to make sure that we keep an eye, make sure everything around us is going good and that we're staying on the right path, going in the right direction. So I hope the things that I shared with you today got you thinking a little bit. I'm for reals, y'all. If you want any help, don't hesitate to email me. If you've watched this video all the way through, drop a comment. Let me know what you thought about it. And I want to say thank you so much for being here. Don't forget to click like and subscribe if you haven't already. When you subscribe, don't forget to hit that little bell because it'll notify you when the next video drops. And I want to thank you again for joining me for Moments with Miss Amy.